Hey, what's up, guys? It's Hammer time. Today I'm gonna show you a process change the rear axle on this truck. It's the same thing, same process for the front and the rear. Axles are a little different in length, but it's the same concept for Humvees, Hummers H1s. This one's particular is a 998 AM General 92. So let's get into it. The hardest part is probably taking the wheels off because they're heavy and jacking the truck up, but the process should take you 10 minutes or less. Easy job, a couple bolts. So let's get into it. Here's my new axle. It's gonna go on the driver's side and the back. So first things first, get your front wheel chucked up like that, front and back, because we're gonna be raising the back all the way up from both sides, right and left. The reason is because where the brakes are here, let me show you. We got these bolts around the rotor, where the rotor meets the axle, and we gotta spin the wheels loose to get to the upper bolts as well. So we're gonna put in neutral just so we can spin the wheel. Let's jack it up. As you can see, my boots ripped both on the inside and out over there as well. So I got all this grease spraying everywhere. So first thing, let's get this guy off. I'm gonna put it in neutral, make sure I can spin this. We'll stick a driver in there and bust this nut loose. Comes off super easy. It's got some kind of rubber gasket around it. And there's the plug. So next we got a bolt in there. Let me get a right socket and we'll pop that loose in there. So we got a 14mm socket. Stick it in the hole. Should come loose. Yep, actually that was super easy. I didn't even need a breaker bar. There's the bolt. Pretty small for an axle. So now the whole axle is loose on this side. It pops out. We're gonna go underneath. It's a 14mm bolts, and we'll get those loose as well. Actually, it's a 15mm, FYI, so that's what it is. Okay, that was easy. So now we just, this whole thing comes loose. The axle breaks free from the rotor. And then we just pull it out. Hey, actually wasn't that easy. It didn't just drop down. We got this brake, the e-brake cable in the way. So we're gonna take this cotter pin off, dislocate this connection here where it holds to the clamp, to the bracket, and then we'll get the cable out of the way and drop the axle down. Hey yo, so this little pin, when I took the cotter pin out, it came off easy, but this little guy is getting stuck, a little stubborn, so I'm whacking it on this side with a hammer, trying to get it to pop out from that side, from the back, so we can get this cable down. Okay, finally, so we got this pin out. That's good. Okay, so I just pushed it backwards towards the front of the vehicle, and then it pops off like that. There goes the axle. So the axle's down. Easy money. So there's the new axle next to the old axle. Looks the same besides this ABS ring, which I don't think it matters. I'll just keep it on. This truck doesn't have no ABS, but don't matter. Should be fine. Let's put it back in. So these 6 bolts, they were actually pretty tight. So I'm gonna tighten them as hard as I can with this little tool with one hand. Try to get as close, as hard as they were before. And you can see I'm using the screwdriver to hold it in place so the whole brake doesn't spin. Okay, the back 6 bolts are secure and tight. Let's get this front one tight. This one was not too hard, not too tight, so don't break your arms trying to get as tight as you can, but just like snug, pretty snug. Just like that, should be good enough. Okay, good. Now let's get the parking brake, the e-brake cable secured. That way it was. I got the clips saved. So this goes back in there. We got the this pin over here. We slide it through the back like it was before. We got our cotter pin. Put it back in the hole. Actually, I'm gonna put it from the top like it was before. And then we're gonna pull the sides apart just so it stays in there for sure. So my hands are slippery, oily. Need some pliers. Like that, and we're gonna peel each side, the opposite ends like this. That's exactly how it was when I found it, so it doesn't pop loose when you drive, I guess. Hold up, slippery guy. I guess you can also use your hands, make it easier. Okay, that's how it was when I found it. We'll keep it like that. So we got this, the back clip back in place. This bolt tight inside, 6 bolts on that side. Let's put our cap back on, get the wheel back on, and we should be done. It's starting to rain, so I don't have doors. Let's finish this up. Okay, the cap is back on. Let's get the rim and jack it back up. Okay, almost ran over my impact gun, just noticed, but it's a tight fit, so I gotta make it work. Don't forget to tighten up your lug nuts with something heavy. Breaker bar like this, just to be safe. Nice and tight. We don't want those babies coming loose on the highway. But thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, found it useful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, come back for more content, Hummer stuff, car stuff. See ya.